As I promised yesterday, I'm going to do a video today on rituals. Now, for many people, they hear the word ritual and they automatically think it's a bad thing. Rituals are pretty much things that people do on a daily basis or every time they were about to get high. It doesn't matter if it is, setting up certain tools for them to use dope. If they're going to shoot up, they might have a certain way of setting things up. There's people that listen to certain songs before they do what they do. There are people that are even more addicted to the hunt of finding the drug, going out, calling people, texting, going for the search. And that is extremely true, because I used to love almost more than the drug, I can honestly say, was the trying to find it. And it wasn't every day that would happen, because most of the time people had stuff. But it was once in a while, if it wasn't around and people I would text or call didn't have it, it almost became like an adventure trying to find it, because you're battling time, you're battling, the sickness, and when you do happen to come upon it, it's almost like hitting a lottery. You have this euphoria of knowing that you have it. And I used to tell people that you could be dope sick, and as soon as you knew that it was in your possession, or it was like next to you in the car next to you, it was almost like a calm would come over you and the withdrawal symptoms would go away. Now, how weird is that when you think about it? You think about how powerful the brain is, that it fulfills the needs that you need mentally when you don't even have the drug. It's almost like this calmness comes over you. So the addiction for a lot of people is in the rituals. Obviously, there is a physical dependence to these drugs, but the mental dependence, the mental addiction to rituals is very, very real. Now, there's also a lot of people that, even if you've never been addicted to anything, there's rituals that people do that are clean, just in their everyday life. And I was looking for examples of it, and I found one, and it's a good one. It's almost, it's similar but not anywhere near to as extreme. But when somebody is a big fan of coffee, they go and get organic coffee beans, they grind the coffee. And they know that at the end of that grinding and the work that they're putting in for this coffee, they're going to have this delicious coffee. So the rituals that they have of buying the coffee bean, the certain coffee bean they want, they're grinding it, they're getting excited already, and they don't even have what they need yet. So rituals are very much a part of addiction and dependency. The thing is, rituals are also a very big part of recovery. And what I mean by that is, if you can change your rituals in recovery and have strong rituals every day for recovery, your recovery is going to be extremely strong. And what I mean is, if you implement certain things from the start of your morning to the time you lay your head on your pillow in the beginning of early recovery, having a consistent ritual on each place of your day is very, very powerful. Whether it is having a ritual of exercise, having a ritual of meditation. Now, meditation, when I first got clean, people were telling me all the time, meditate. I was reading in books, and it was always like hocus pocus. Like, that wasn't my thing. I would think of like movies where people are like om, like they're like knees crossed and their fingers certain ways, and I just thought it was totally hocus pocus, weird stuff, until I tried it. And it wasn't like I was doing like full-blown meditation where I thought I was gonna like leave like an outer body experience or anything like that. It was just concentrating on my breathing And when calm yourself down, you concentrate on taking deep breaths, even if it's for like 3 to 5 minutes a day. When you do that, they call it getting centered, but you feel so much less stress. You can almost have your brain go quiet. And for a lot of us, especially in early recovery, we need that, because there is so much noise in your brain in early recovery, in withdrawal, the whole 9 yards, because you have that voice in your head that I talk about all the time that is the bad side of your conscience trying to get you to do stupid shit. If you can quiet that voice just by breathing, not even buying anything. You don't have to go buy anything. You just sit there and breathe. Concentrate on your breathing, deep breaths. You can get your brain to go quiet. Your mind will shut off. And I'll tell you what, that's one of the most peaceful things that can ever happen to you. Once it happens to you once, it becomes a ritual. Because you say, wow, I actually feel better. And believe me, when you're in recovery for a good amount of time like myself, and you have kids and a wife and a business and everything else going on, and things get loud, it's very nice to be able to go into another room and just, take some deep breaths, calm yourself down, because stress can take over, and you can get really too much going on. You can lose your thoughts in your mind every once in a while. But a big ritual that I like a lot of people to get involved in, especially in early recovery, is concentrating and focusing on their health and exercise. Obviously, you have to check with your doctor to make sure that you're allowed to exercise. Make sure that you're healthy enough. I'm not going to tell people to go out and start exercising, and then you're not healthy enough to do that, and you can really seriously hurt yourself. So obviously check with your physician if you're able to exercise. But if you can implement exercise as a ritual, a daily ritual, your body will repay you extremely well. All right? And it's funny because there are so many people, I can't even explain to you guys how many people who have never exercised in their life. Okay, they weren't jock type people like I was in high school. They never exercised. They didn't want anything to do with exercise. When they got clean, they started to exercise, and they realized that obviously it's good for you. Everyone knows exercise is good for you. But the quote unquote, runner's high or feeling like that, it's very real. When you exercise, your brain is giving off chemicals to award you for taking care of it. All right? So you have these feel-good chemicals that happen. When your brain starts to reward you, you feel better. And when you do it every day, you have more energy. You are in a better mood. And when you have the best day or the best high you've ever had, it will never compare to a very healthy, relaxed, I'm trying to think of the word. When you are at your peak, when you're clean, you're taking care of your body, you're eating nutritious meals, you're getting rest, and you're exercising, you will feel better than you ever have in your entire life. It will make getting high, you can't even put it in the same paragraph, okay? And that's why I like people to try making that a ritual. It doesn't have to be in the morning, but a daily ritual. You don't have to, kill yourself every day, but it's good to always keep moving every single day. Do something to get blood flowing in your legs and your arms, and just, get your body moving. Because how many of you can relate to, laying on the couch, feeling like crap, and just feeling like, oh man, I'm so tired, I don't want to do anything, and you just keep laying there, and you never get untired. You're just tired all the time. But as soon as you get up off your ass and you start doing something, you get energy. Now think about that. That just doesn't make sense, but our bodies, when we exert energy, it gives you more energy. And now if you start eating healthy and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're giving your body what it needs, it has more energy, and it will reward you. Your body will take care of you. It'll make you feel good if you make your body feel good. Does it make sense? Your body's going to reward you if you do the right thing for it. If you treat it like shit, you're going to go through withdrawals and you're going to feel like you want to die. your body's going to let you know that you're screwing up. It's just common sense. I mean, it takes some time to realize this type of thing. You have to live both sides of the coin, and I have, and I'll tell you, I promise you that if you take care of your body, it will take care of you and make you feel very, very well. All right? So, when you think of rituals, don't think of just bad stuff, okay? When you get clean, try new rituals every day to continue your recovery, to stay consistent, because I will beat this to death. Consistency is the most important part of recovery. If you stay consistent and you do what you're supposed to do every day, every hour you have, whatever it is you have planned for that hour, if you do what you're supposed to do, you're going to stay in recovery for a long time. If you start looking too far ahead, you're going to cause trouble. If you start caring about your past and beating yourself up about your past, you're going to have some trouble. But if you concentrate on what you need to do for the hour that you're in, and you just lived your life that way, you're going to be very well off. All right? And you're going to be extremely happy. You're going to be healthy. And you're going to live happily ever after. No, but I could do a million videos on rituals, because we all had them. I had so many rituals. My favorite thing, I think, was that I would, especially during baseball season, I would get high, obviously, but then I would run to a 7-Eleven or a convenience store. I'd pick up 2 cans of Skull, maybe buy a couple scratch off lottery tickets, and I'd head back and I'd watch the game, and I'd just throw a lipper in, a dip, and just waste away. Literally waste away, and my mouth corroding, and it's just disgusting when you think about it. But that's what I enjoyed. That was like my life. I really enjoyed that. And then when I look back on it now, it's like, how crazy is that's what I enjoyed. I was destroying myself. I was destroying my mouth. I was destroying my body. I was destroying my brain. You know, I was not moving forward in my life at all, and I was extremely unhappy. Except for that 2 hours, and then it would wear off, and I'd be depressed again. So, definitely, I think we can all relate to rituals. One thing I want to make extremely clear for people out there that did used to shoot up, I hear this all the time. People say that they shoot up with water because of the ritual, the sensation of the substance going into their vein. Please stop shooting up water. I understand that it's a ritual. You have to understand how dangerous this really is, okay? If you don't believe me, look up osmosis. Understand what's happening to red blood cells when you do this. You're breaking things down in your blood. Small amounts of it, obviously, is not going to kill you. But when you have solutes when you're shooting up, solutes are anything that's pretty much broken down. Sodium, chloride, I mean, even heroin is a solute, which this is going to sound absolutely crazy, but you can look this up. Shooting up heroin, water with solute of heroin, is actually safer than just shooting up straight up water for your red blood cells and in your veins. Okay? That sounds absolutely insane, but I just don't want people to start shooting up water as a ritual while they're clean every day, because you're going to cause damage for yourself, okay? So find a different ritual in recovery to move forward. I'm not telling you that shooting heroin is safe. That's the last thing in the world I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when you shoot water, straight water, it's extremely bad for your veins, your red blood cells, causes osmosis, breaks things down. It's just so bad. So research that before you continue doing it, because although it may make you feel okay to do it and you enjoy the sensation of it, understand how much damage you're doing to yourself. And if you're doing it multiple times a day, every day, you're going to cause some serious trouble for your body. Okay? There's going to be some problems for you down the road. So definitely stop doing that. Okay? That's about it. All right. So If you'd like to share your story, you can email me at ryan@compsupport.com. In the subject line, put YouTube story, my story. Let me know if you want to use your first or last name or stay anonymous. I'm going to go back to doing videos tomorrow and Friday, and because I have a good amount saved up right now. So you guys can check back in tomorrow. I'll have a video. I am heading back home now to go for, I think we're going for a walk. My wife and 2 kids. I think Jacob's going to ride his bike. So, I will see you guys tomorrow. Leave some love. Leave some comments. And I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people commenting about their rituals. But I hope you have some really good rituals for your recovery as well. All right? Have a good one, and see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.